Hi guys, Nicky is here from Ecospace, and today I would like to introduce you Enscape, one of the most famous software for visualizations. We will take a look over the program interface, tools, libraries and so on. So let's go ahead. So we have finished our house, the interior of the house as well, and now it's time to go ahead and to make some visualization of our house. I will do this with Enscape, and if you download and install Enscape, you will see after installation this toolbar will appear. If you don't see it, if you have to go in View, Toolbars, and here is Enscape button. So this is the main toolbar of SketchUp, of Enscape, sorry. Here is an information concerning your subscription plan. You can manage your licenses, you can check for new version of the software and so on. This button here is here are the general settings of the program, and everything is preset, and you don't have to do anything with this box here. This is your material editor, and by this editor you can apply new materials for your model. As well, you can use the library of Enscape in order to replace some materials. Here we have asset library of Enscape. It's a huge library which consists of a lot of assets. All the assets are 3372, and you have an option to add your details here, your assets. They are divided by several categories, and you can choose between all these categories. We have one more option. This is Enscape objects. Here are the lights of Enscape. We have sphere, spotlight, and rectangular and disc light. Later on I will explain you more concerning these lights. So when you start Enscape, the software actually starts and you will see this window. You have to remember that Enscape works in SketchUp environment. Here is our house. So as you can see, everything is here, and SketchUp and Enscape works together, and in live you can see all your changes that you may want to do during modeling, or after that you can add, a lot of things, and Enscape will visualize all your changes of the model. So, but for now, let's start with Enscape environment. On the right side you will see all these buttons. The first one is a question sign, and here is your help panel. For example, the controls of the program, how to move, to fly up or down, to walk, and to use your mouse. Here are your advanced buttons and options in order to control your movement here in the scene. I will close this. The next button are Enscape window settings. These are only these settings which are into this window. For example, window tile, input devices, how to move your mouse, to invert mouse axes, and so on. All the devices, preferences, and so on. The next one is one of the most important. Here are your visual settings. Visual settings means that from here you can actually create your own preset. As you can see here on the left side of this window, we have this sign here. When you pick, additional window will appear here, and by default we have a custom preset, and you can create your own preset, or you can duplicate this. Of course, you can rename it, you can reset to default, and by default we have custom preset, and this custom preset actually determine that all the settings concerning your visual output of each scene that you will create. Here are the rendering quality, the camera, the style of the picture, image concerning contrast, saturation, color, temperature, effects. Then you can see the atmosphere, and you can adjust the illumination. For example, the sun brightness, the night sky brightness. If you have a nice scene, here is the sky and clouds, and you can actually adjust what you want to see here in your visualizations. And finally is the output. When you are ready, you can adjust the general resolution of your rendering. It could be 2K, which is Full HD, or 4K, which is Ultra HD, only HD, and so on. I prefer to use Ultra HD because this gives me an opportunity for the better resolution. You can create image, and you can export alpha channel as well. The image format could be PNG or JPEG. Here are the video settings, compression quality, which is set by default to maximum, and frame per seconds. For example, now Enscape will render your video with 30 frames per second. It could be 25, 60 or 120. Here are the resolutions for the panorama. This is a low, normal or high resolution. From here you can actually control your virtual reality preset if you have one, of course. Because we don't have one, I cannot actually use this button. The next button here is your perspective. You can use a normal perspective, 2-point or orthographic. Here is your frame or save frame. Allows you to see what will go out from your software. And then we have minimap. If you have a big project, you can locate your position into the project, and it could be much more useful if you have some huge projects to visualize. From the left side, the first button is collaborative annotation. If you are working on a team, you can collaborate between the team concerning the project, concerning the visualization, the scenes, and so on. The next one is BIM mode. If you have some BIM information into your model, for example in Revit or Archicad, you can use this BIM mode in order to receive much more information to your model. The next one is view management. Here are your scenes that you created during the work, and if you create scene here, immediately this scene will be shown in SketchUp, or if you create a scene in SketchUp, you will see this scene here in your Enscape, because these two programs work together. And if you create, for example, let's create this view, Enscape scene, custom preset, and this is a sun position, orientation of the sun, and so on. I will create, and this is my Enscape's first scene. If I go to SketchUp, to Scene tab, I will see this scene here immediately. For example, if I move like this, and if I create a new scene in SketchUp, this is a scene number 2. There is no Enscape before the scene text, so I have two scenes. Now in SketchUp I will save, and if I go to Enscape, you will see this scene already here, and of course I will have two scenes again. You will see this sign here. If you click here, you can arrange actually your scene, because we have created this scene into SketchUp. Actually, Enscape did not link visual preset. I will link one. We have only custom preset. This is a position of camera, and I would like to see the sun position as well. So now I can go a little bit in this direction, like this, for example, and I will click save. Now my scene number 2 is changed into SketchUp as well. So as you can see, these two software work together, and you can use that option in order to receive better results. The next one is asset library. Here we have the same library as in SketchUp main toolbar. Here, this is our asset library, and into the Enscape environment you can see this library as well. Here we have all the categories, and we can choose which one we want to search. We have some buttons here, some tools in order to move some objects that we placed from the library. We can rotate this object to scale it. We can put just one object from the library, or we can group and put in a group all the several objects, let's say, different kind of numbers. The next one is site context. You can add a location of your project, and you can receive by GPS coordinates all these things here, the building and landmarks, the streets and sidewalks, and all the topography of the terrain here. So the next one is video editor, and from here you can add your video path and you can create your videos if you want. This button screenshot is a screenshot when you want to render some image. For example, this scene we can render by clicking here, or by clicking here if we have several scenes and if we want to render these scenes at one time. We can create monopanorama, stereo panorama. We can create and export exe to standalone application of Enscape or web standalone. So this is an environment of Enscape. So it was all for this topic. I hope that you are doing well. The material is interesting for you and useful. See you next time. Bye.